Hi everyone, this is Vivek from Tech 101. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use custom clipper in Flutter. So without any delay, let's start our video. Before starting our video, be sure to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to receive the notification of our upcoming videos. So first of all, let me show you what we are going to build. Okay, and here is my mobile screen, and here we have a simple screen, and here at the top we have for, and actually it's a container, and I have clipped it, and I will show you how you can do the same. Okay, and here is a clipped container, and in the middle another container having two items in the column, okay, text and image, and at the last we have another container, okay, in fact clipped container, okay, and having this background color. Okay, so let's try to build this. Okay, so let's create a new Flutter project. Okay, I hope that you are familiar with this basic stuff of creating the Flutter project. Okay, okay, my project is ready. So let me change the ID to custom clipper take 11, and let me open the code in Visual Studio Code. Okay, and here our app source code. Okay, so let me make new folder, okay, named screens. Okay, if you are watching my videos, then you are already familiar with how I work. Okay, so here is a folder named screens, and I'll make a new file, homescreen.dart, okay, and let me write some boilerplate codes. So this screen doesn't have app bar, so I'm not going to make a app bar here. So we are going to write our whole code in body. Okay, simply I'm going to give a column, okay, as of now, and let me change the home to this newly created home screen, okay, instead of this my home page. Now let me build the app, okay, and let me take the screenshot of current screen so that we can refer to it later. Okay, so let me take a screenshot. So here I have this screen. Okay, now we can refer to this screen for any future use. Okay, so as I have mentioned already, there are 3 containers in the column. Okay, the first container contains this first curve, and second container contains this text and image, and I have these images ready. Okay, actually this text is also image. Okay, I have get this UI from Figma. Okay, and from there I have downloaded this image. okay, cause I don't have that font currently available, so instead of using that font I downloaded this text. Okay, and so let's uh, make the skeleton first. Okay, so here in the column we have three containers. Okay, so let me use the expanded widget. Okay, so that I can give height according to the screen size. Okay, so that I can use flex. Okay, so inside this child I am going to use container, and let me give the flex value 1. This expanded widget takes the whole width and divides other, so there must be at least 2 expanded widgets. Okay, otherwise this flex will not work. And if I use another expanded widget and use the flex 1, then the screen will be divided into 2 equal parts. Okay, the sum of 1 plus 1 is 2, and the whole screen is divided into 2 parts. Okay, the height of the screen. So let me quickly demonstrate you. Let me use the colors dot red, and here in the another expanded widget. So this is the basic thing. Okay, and this is not the aim of this video, so let me wrap this up quickly. Colors dot indigo. So now you can see that the whole screen is divided into 2 parts. Okay, let me adjust my screen, sorry, window size. Okay, so here is my mobile device and working space separate from each other. Now there are 3 items in this column. Okay, so let me make another expanded widget. Expanded and let me give the flex value 2. Okay, so what is going to happen here is the whole screen is divided into 4 parts, and the first item is going to take 1 by 4 of this space, and second expanded widget is going to take 2 by 4 of the total height. Okay, and again another expanded widget is going to take 1 by 4 of the widget. I hope you understand. Here container, let's give this a white color. Okay, color equals to colors dot okay, let me get rid from this GitHub Copilot. Okay, sometime it distorts. Now okay, the first we have to clip the first container. Okay, so close this, and we have to make this curve in the first container. Okay, like we have a rectangle as of now, but we have to clip in such a way that, okay, I don't have this editor working in the screen. Okay, so let me open the paint and try to show you. Okay, so here I have the mobile screen, and here is the first container. Okay, the line is not straight. Okay, I hope you guys can find. Okay, now we have to clip this container in this manner. Okay, like this. From here we have to draw like this. Okay, this is not same. Okay, and here in this container it is starting from this point and going a little bit up, down, down, and then up. Okay, now total space, um, okay, now this container occupies the uh, whole area. Okay, this much height and this much width, but we have to paint only this much portion. Okay, only this portion I have to paint, only this portion. Okay, it is not visible. Okay, this portion. Okay, this portion having blue background. Okay, so here we need to have one important concept. Okay, so while dealing with a clipper, we need to have some mathematical knowledge. Okay, just simple, not that much complex. Okay, I hope most of you have studied coordinate geometry. Okay, so here the origin is 0 0, which means 0 in x-axis and 0 in y-axis. So this is a x-axis. Okay, this is a x-axis and this one is a y-axis. So if I write a point or coordinate of 4, 5, then it must move 4 points in x space and 5 points in y space. Okay, y axis simply. So the point may lie at this point. Okay, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to have concept of this. Okay, while trying to clip this path. Okay, so let's have a look in the code. Okay, how should we write, and I will introduce you about the Bezier curve later. Okay, first let's have some code. So to clip this container, okay, we have to use a Clippath widget. Okay, so let's wrap this container with a widget named, okay, not the second container, okay, first container. Wrap with widget Clippath. So this Clippath have property clipper, and we have to define a custom clipper. Okay, if you hover in this widget, okay, in this property clipper, then you can see a type custom clipper of type path. Okay, so we have to make our custom clipper and provide this here. Okay, so let's make a new class which extends custom clipper. So for this you can simply write custom in the keyboard and you can see this solution, and this will write the boilerplate code for custom clipper. Okay, just click on this, and here we have all the code required, and let me name this host container clipper. Okay, so this name is not good, but for understanding I'm just giving this host container clipper. Okay, so let me provide this clipper here, host container clipper. Okay, now let me explain you what these methods are. Okay, so the first method is get clip, and the second one is should reclip. Okay, should reclip is used when we make instance of another instance of this clip. Okay, so if you over here, then this called whenever a new instance of the custom clipper delivers classes provided to clip object, and here is much more text. Okay, you can read this for the better understanding, but the purpose of this is to notify our painter that it should repaint or not. Okay, like it should reclip the container again with the old clip. Okay, so you can leave this as it is and it is false. Okay, and you can have a little bit more understanding, I will provide the link of the documentation in the description below. Okay, don't worry, and we are not going to deal with this as of now. Okay, so you don't need to worry if you haven't understood this, or you can simply understood if you read the text over here. Okay, so now this get clip function must return a path. Okay, so let me make a path. Okay, where path equals to path, and we have to return this path. Okay, now we will define what how our container is going to clip using this path. Okay, I'm going to simply return this path. Now I have hot reloaded this, and the container is gone. Okay, this red container is gone. Okay, nothing is painted in the screen. Okay, simply this clip path widget defines the area which its child needs to be painted over here. Okay, so let's have a look here. So only the container occupies this much whole space. Okay, the container occupies this much whole space, but only this path is painted. Okay, so this much path is left. Okay, but the actual size of the container or actual area occupied by this container is enclosed with this red square. Okay, but only this clip path is painted in the screen. Okay, so don't get confused with this. Okay, the actual area occupied is same. Okay, now let's move on to the code. So here we have some methods. Okay, here I am in another project. So here I am. So here now we have to define a path. Okay, where we need to paint our widget. So we have one method named line2. Okay, simply this method is used to draw a line. So initially, and this line2 takes 2 points. Okay, x coordinate and y coordinates, and they are going to be double. So let me go back to the Microsoft Paint. Okay, let me take a brush. So let me make a box over here, and while clipping we are going to make lines and curve. Okay, so this is a line. Okay, and this is a curve, isn't it? Okay, yeah, you guys are familiar with this basic mathematics. Okay, this one is a curve. So here we are going to use a Bezier curve. Okay, so it consists of 3 points. Okay, the Bezier curve consists of 3 points. One, this one is a starting point. Okay, this one having black background is a starting point, and this one having red background is a ending point. Okay, and this Bezier curve have one control point. Okay, so that it have something look like this. Okay, so this control point defines the coordinates. Okay, so now it is a line as of now, but if we add a control point, then it can move along like this. Okay, the starting and ending point can be are same, but this control points, here is a control point. Okay, here is a control point that defines where the curves should go up, down, or make a shape like this. Okay, so this one is a Bezier curve. Okay, here is a start point, here is a end point. Okay, simply the lines need 2 points. Okay, starting point and ending points, and the curve needs 3 points, starting points, ending points, and the control point. Okay, this point is called control point. Okay, we'll see this uh, in a code. Okay, so this function path.line to simply draw lines. Okay, initially we are at the origin. Okay, initially here we are at this point, and this is called origin, and it is 0, 0 in x direction and 0 in y direction. Okay, 0 in x axis or y axis. Now to paint something, to make a valid path. Okay, to make a valid path we must have at least two lines. Okay, so this, there must be something like this. Okay, if we make two lines like this, then the Flutter will understand where it needs to be repainted. Okay, so this area will be painted. Okay, this area is painted if we make two lines. Okay, so first of all, let's make a triangle like this. Okay, so that you can understand the concept of path.line to. So let me define the horizontal direction to 0. Okay, so I don't make a the coordinates of this point is 0 in x-axis, yeah, isn't it? So here this one is origin 0, 0, and this point is 0 in x-axis. So simply I'm going to write 0 in x-axis, and in the y-axis the length is the length of this whole container. Okay, so but our starting is here. Okay, little bit upward. Okay, so we will move on to this curve later. First of all, let me show you the concepts. Okay, so 0, size dot height. Okay, here we have 0, size dot height. So now this code seems simply draw a line from this origin to this point, 0, size dot height. Now we have painted this much. So now if we leave this as it is something is going to be painted in the screen? No, nothing is going to be painted, because only providing only this line only doesn't define where the item is going to be painted. Okay, like here we have our whole screen, and here is one line and where it should paint. Okay, so we need at least two lines. Okay, so let's make another line. Okay, path.line to, or simply you can use this operator. Okay, let's leave this for now. Okay, let's make, and you have to close this with a semicolon. Okay, and let's make another line. Okay, path.line to. Now for this line, the starting point will be this point. Okay, this 0, size dot height. Okay, for this line the starting point is origin 0, 0, and for this line the starting point is 0, size dot height. That is, okay, let me get rid from all this. Okay, let me make an, okay, let me erase this. Okay, how I can increase the size of eraser? Okay, and this one is very tough. Okay, let me just increase the size. Now the following code, okay, let me demonstrate the following code. Okay, so initially we are at origin. Okay, this point 0, 0, and now this path.line to draws our line from origin to this size dot height. Okay, height of our container. Okay, and now this path.line to, for this line to point, the starting point is this one. Okay, starting point is this for the second line. Okay, for the first line starting point is this yellow dot, and for the second line starting point is in point of the first line. Okay, simply, or you can understand. Okay, so let me draw another line from here till here. Okay, so we have starting point here, and we have to define the end point. So here we have moved something space in the x-axis. Okay, suppose this one is about 100 meter. Okay, 100 points, not exactly meters. Okay, so simply you can use 100, and here y-axis, the y-axis is how much? Okay, from our calculation starts from this origin. Okay, from this top point, and we have moved how much? Size dot height, isn't it? This point is at size dot height distance from the origin. Okay, so this is going to be a size dot height. So let me show you how our code looks like. And here, so let me restart this. You need to restart. Okay, the hot reload will not work in this case. And here you can see a triangle is made. Okay, similar triangle. Now how much portion is painted is the portion from this point to this point is painted. Okay, so this is a simple use case of line 2. So if you have to make a rectangle, then you have to make another line which goes from here to here and here to there. So you don't need to make a rectangle in this way. Okay, by default the rectangle is made. Okay, so the main aim of this part of the video is to show you how the path function works. Okay, so let me introduce with not actually path function, a line function. Okay, I hope you understand. So let me introduce a quadratic Bezier. Okay, so this one is a quadratic Bezier. Okay, this one is a quadratic Bezier. As I have mentioned already, it must have 3 points. First one is starting point, second one is ending points, and third one is control point. Okay, this defines from where it must make a curve. Okay, from which point it must make a curve, this control point. Okay, so here is our control point CP, and here is our starting point, and here is our ending point. Okay, so let's try to make a curve like this. Okay, so by default we have starting point at 0, 0. Okay, and so you don't need to worry about this. You just need to provide this control point and end point. Okay, so let me get rid from these two lines. Okay, line function. So let me comment this, and if I restart, then this must be gone. Okay, as we haven't defined anything. Okay, now let me define our Bezier curve. Okay, so for this we have path dot quadratic Bezier. Okay, quadratic Bezier 2 method. So it takes 4 arguments. Okay, that are x-axis of control point, y-axis of control point, and x-axis of end point, and y-axis of end point. Okay, so if we have to make a curve like this, okay, make a curve like this. Okay, the initially starting point at 0, 0, but we have gone upward, but it is not possible. Okay, either our starting point must be at bottom somehow here. Okay, otherwise we can go above the top of the container. Okay, because there is no space above. So this is not possible if we start from the origin. Okay, if we start from the 0, 0, but it is possible if we start from this point. Okay, it is possible like this manner. So to move the start point from 0, 0 to something, we have to use a move to function. Okay, for this simply we can write path dot move to, okay, and we have to move this y direction, okay, y direction below. X direction is 0 as of now, okay. Here we are talking about this point, okay, this point having red mark. The x direction is 0 but y direction is moved this much from here, okay. So let me assume that height is 30, okay. Now our origin point is at 0,30 here and our end point is at here, okay. That is this one is the whole width of the screen, okay. So let me quickly define the end point, okay. So length of x-axis is how much? Size dot width, okay, size dot width, and the y-axis is how much? Just from this. Size dot height, is it? No, only 30 from the top, okay. So 30, okay. Now we have to make a curve over here, okay, at this point. So if we try to keep random values like this, then our the y, okay, the height of this control point is size dot 0, okay. So initially the it have no height and width is it's like at center or by 3, size dot width divided by 3, okay. Like if this point is 0, 0, 0, not 0, okay, 0, 30, and this point is 100, 30, suppose, okay. So this whole distance from here to here is 100, okay. Simple math, 100, and the distance from here to, actually we have 30, okay, not 50, and the distance from this point to this red point is 30, okay, 30. Now if we talk about this point, then it have length of something like 30 in x direction from here to here, okay. Let's assume it's 30 and height is 0, okay. So height, the starting height is here and it is not gone down, so height is 0. So simply you can write height is 0, y axis represents the height, okay, height is 0, and x axis represents the length, and so the starting point is this point 0, 30, and control point is this point. We haven't defined it yet, okay. We have defined the y-axis, but let's define x-axis as size dot width divided by 3, okay. So size dot width is 100 and 100 divided by 3 is how much? 33.33 something, okay, and it is nearly same, okay. 30 means 33, okay. So we don't need to be that much accurate, okay. So here we have moved the origin from 0, 30 and make a quadratic bezier, okay. So let me show you the screen. So here is my mobile and here is the code. So let me restart this, and as you can see here, the curve is made over here, okay. The starting point is here and end point is there, and little bit it goes little bit upward and field, okay. Okay, it is not that much accurate, but you can understand it in this way. Okay, so let's try to implement our okay, let's try to implement this. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let me comment this all. Okay, now we are going to clip the first container, this one. Okay, and this is having color red. Okay, let me change it to blue, colors.blue, and its height is 1/4 part of the screen. Okay, and the expanded widget takes the whole width of the screen. Okay, and have some basic knowledge and you are good to go. Okay, okay, let me charge my PC. Okay, now it's charged. Okay, let's go back to this class. Okay, custom clipper class, and let's define a path. So first of all, let me define a starting point of the line 2. So initially the starting point is 0, 0, and let me make another line. Okay, path dot line 2, and that is the height is going to be 0 obviously, and the length. Okay, not height, width. Okay, width is 0 and height is something like the area of our container is from here to here, but okay, so I have to define the first line, so that I want to make a line from here to here. Okay, not till the last, but I need some this much difference. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, first of all, take the size dot height and subtract some value from the height. Okay, size dot height minus 30. Okay, this might work well. Okay, so if it doesn't look like our goal path, okay, then we can modify it later. Okay, okay, now we have starting point here, 8. So we have our starting point here. Now if you see over here, there are about 3 curves. Okay, one from here to here, and one from here to here, or another from here to here, like and there are 3 parts. Okay, so we have to make a 3 curves. Okay, I have visualized this. Okay, and for the first curve, starting point is this, control point is this, and end point is this. For the second curve, starting point is this, control point is this over here, and end point is this. Similarly, for the third curve, starting point is this, control point is this, and end point is this. Okay, let's try to make the first curve. Okay, the starting point is already, we have already drawn a line and having starting point here. So let's define a end point. Okay, end point is like something 50 or 30 from 0. Okay, this distance is we can define the distance with hard-coded value, or we can give the distance on the basis of whole width. Okay, like you can give 30 value directly, or you can do something like size dot width divided by 30 divided by 3. Okay, if the total width is 90 and the width differs from screen by screen. Okay, so the method of defining width by using size dot width is preferred. Okay, instead of giving hard-coded values. So let me draw a curve. Okay, path dot quadratic bezier 2, and here uh, the starting point is this 0 comma size dot height minus 30, and here we have these two control points and these two endpoints. Okay, I have tell this thing multiple times. Okay, there is a reason behind it. Okay, I want to make sure that you know this portion exactly. Okay, as this is the most important concept. Okay, so after knowing this, you can make any types of shape using these two. Okay, line 2 and quadratic bezier. So uh, let me have a look in the screenshot and let's define the points. Okay, so simply let me define this control point to 30. Okay, x-axis of control point to 30 and y-axis of this control point to size dot height. Okay, our curve is going down. Okay, so this curve is starting from there and going down here and again going up. Okay, so that's why I have given the control point height to size dot height. Okay, so it goes up from this distance 30 and here, and the endpoint is a little bit far from this. Okay, what we can give is let me give size dot width divide by 6. Okay, this one is the length and height is size dot height minus 30. Size dot height minus 30. So let's see how it looks like. Okay, so you have to restart this. Okay, so this is not as good as expected. Okay, so let me wrap this scaffold with a safe area. Okay, so that we can get rid from this that status bar. Okay, safe area. Okay, now we have make our first curve. Okay, now we have to make our second curve. Okay, now the starting point of the second curve is this in point of this curve. Okay, in point of this curve, that is size dot width divided by 6 and size dot height minus 30, that is this point. Okay, you can see the pointer here. So let's make another curve. Okay, let me show you here. Now we are at this point. Okay, this point, and we have to make a curve over here. So let me simply copy this line and change the values. Okay, so the length okay, the length of the endpoint is how much? Okay, half of the size of width. Okay, I leave the math for you. Okay, you have to calculate accordingly. Okay, I'm not good in maths. Okay, so I leave this for you. For now, let me use the values. So I have tried I have shown you the output already, and I have these values. Okay, what I have used in that video, so that I'm going to use those points. Okay, so the control point is size dot width divided by 3 instead of this 30. Okay, now the control point lies over here. Okay, here. Okay, and let me define the length to size dot width divided by 3. And what is the height of this point? Okay, size dot height minus, or it is like size dot height divided by half plus some values. Okay, size dot height divided by half plus some little values. Or let's see how it looks like. Okay, or we can give like we can subtract some values from size.height. This may looks well. And for the endpoints we can use size.width divided by 1.5. Okay, it is little bit more than the half. Okay, this point is little bit more than the half of the width, and the height is size.height minus 30 or something a little bit off. Okay, I can do like size.height minus 60 or 50. So let me close this with a semicolon first, otherwise. Okay, so if you see over here, now our curve looks like this. Okay, but this is not looking good. Okay, we can improve this later. So let's define another curve. Okay, let me write the values from the beginning. Path dot quadratic Bezier 2. So let's define the control point for this last curve. Okay, for this curve, this point. Okay, this orange color shaded with this blue color. Okay, this point. So the length of this point is here this size.width divided by 1.2. Okay, it is nearly like size.width. Okay, only the difference is this much area. Okay, this much area. So this size.width divided by 1.2 may work. Okay, and for height we can give size.height minus 20. Okay, so this point, the whole height is size.height, and we can simply minus 20, and we can get that point size.height minus 20. And for the endpoint is size.width. Okay, size.width, but height is different. Okay, endpoint is size.width and the height is size.height divided by 2. Okay, it's like the center. Okay, size.height divided by 2. So let me restart the app, and we have a curve like this. Okay, now this still we have an empty part here at the top, and here you can see the empty white space. Okay, so in order to fill this space, we have to make another line from this point to something at the top, and so that the remaining part will be filled. Okay, so let's make a line path dot line to. Okay, how much at the length, how much must be the length, that is size.width. So we have to define the path from the very beginning to the end. Okay, is we have to fill from here to here. Okay, so focus on the pointer over here. Okay, from this point to this point. And how much is the height? Height is 0. The height at this point is how much? 0. So simply this line is going to work. So let me restart the app. So the result is with you. Now it's your work to customize. Okay, I will provide the updated code in the GitHub. Okay, and so here, so here is our goal, and this is what we have done. Okay, so the problem is here we need to define some more height at the second curve. Okay, and the control point of size dot height minus 50 is not going to work. Okay, size dot height divided by 2. Okay, let me restart. So okay, but now this looks somehow similar. Okay, I will provide the updated code. Okay, code of this screen, as I have did this already earlier. Okay, I'll provide the updated code. Okay, don't worry about this. Okay, if you provide okay, if you have some more time, then you can play around with these values and make any type of curve you want. Okay, the sole purpose of this video is to make you clear about how this quadratic bezier or how this custom clipper works in Flutter. Okay, so let's make the curve at the bottom. Okay, so to make another curve, okay, let's make another class that extends custom clipper. Okay, name, and let's give a name second container clipper. Okay, simply write custom clipper second container clipper, and let's provide this over here. So let me wrap this container with Clippath widget, and we have to provide clipper, not clipper, behavior clipper, and second container clipper. Okay, and let me, so we have to do the same thing over here also. Okay, let's make a path, okay, variable named path, and let me return this path. Okay, so let's start writing the code, and let me restart the app. Now you must see the white screen in the second container. Okay, so as expected, we have a white screen. So let's start writing. Before writing the code, okay, let's observe this. So yeah, it is the total height of our container. Okay, this one is the total of our container, but the starting point is little bit below. Okay, so here we have to move our origin to this, okay, starting point. So for that we have the method move to. Okay, I already have talked about it. Okay, so simply write path dot move to. Okay, yeah, you have to provide the value of x-axis and y-axis, that is 0, and in height we can provide like 40. Okay, now let's make, okay, now we have to make a curve. Okay, so here in this case we have to make only two curves. Okay, so from this point to this point, and from this point to this point. So we have only two curves saved over here. Okay, here and here. So let's try. Now here we are at this point, and the control point is over here, and control point for this is over here, and we have to make lines also. Okay, only defining this will not work. We have to make a line from here to here somewhere, or here to here maybe, and so that all of this part will be filled. Okay, so let's write the code for our first curve. Path dot Quadratic Bezier 2, and let's define the control point. The control point is going to be size dot width divided by 6, and height is going to be 0. Okay, and the endpoints are going to be size dot width divided by 5. So if the total width is 100, then size the endpoint is going to be 20. Okay, total width divided by 5, and the height is going to be how much? 30. Okay, so let's see how it looks like. So as you can see here we have a small curve over here, from here to there. I think the length of this control point is little bit farther. Okay, so let me make some changes over here, but let's leave this as it is for now. Okay, now our first curve is done. Okay, now from here this part to this part is done. Okay, let's make another curve. Okay, from here to here. So path dot Quadratic Bezier 2, and let's define our control points. Okay, the control points are over here. Okay, here that's going to be size dot width divided by 5, and height is something like half of the height. Okay, so let me add this quickly. Size dot height divided by 1.5, and actually and the x-axis defines the width. Okay, not height. Size dot width divided by 1.5, and here in the height we are going to simply write size dot height divided by 2. Okay, size dot height divided by 2, and the endpoint is size dot width and the height is like something like 40, 50, or some. We can simply put some arbitrary values. Okay, we put 40 over here, then let's see how it looks like. Okay, it may looks little bit fine, but not that much fine. Okay, we can customize it later. Let me change this 40 to size dot height divided by 2 minus some values. Okay, minus 40. Okay, now it seems little bit closer to our target screen. Okay, so let's join all these. Okay, so that the remaining parts will be filled with the color. Okay, let me change the color to color start blue. Okay, now let's make a line. Okay, the starting point of line is this. Okay, end point of this curve, that is size dot height divided by 2, this one actually. Okay, this one. Let me write the code path dot line 2. We have to go at the bottom. Okay, we have to go at the bottom, that is the size dot width, size dot width and size dot height. So this point is okay, this point, okay, over here. So this part dot line to defines this point, okay. So now initially our point is 8 here, and we have defined a line from this point to this point, okay. Now let's restart the app. Okay, don't forget to restart the app, okay. Now our UI looks like this, and let's define the point till here, okay, so that the whole area will be painted. Okay, let me define another line, and this is going to be path dot line 2, and then the value axis is going to 0, and y axis is going to be size dot height. So we are defining this point, okay, this point here. There is 0 in x-axis, okay, it is not moving in x-axis, but the height of y-axis is height of our widget, that is our container, okay, size dot height. Now it looks like this, and if we compare our target and what we have done, and this doesn't looks good, okay. We have to make some improvements in this first curve, okay, and in this second curve too, okay. Okay, let me have a look on those values that I have used previously, okay. So the control point of first curve is size dot width divided by 6 and 0, okay, this one sounds fine, and in points are size dot width divided by 5 plus 25, okay. Let me add some values, and let me restart. Okay, now it looks little bit better, okay. So this is how you make a custom clipboard, okay, in Flutter, okay. So let me quickly add those assets, okay, add these assets and make a screen like this, okay. So here in the desktop I have a folder named images. Let me copy this and paste in our project. PC, local disk, Flutter projects, and custom clipboard take on one, and let me paste over here, and let me add these images in aspect.ml file, okay. Aspect.ml, and under this assets section let me add images, okay, images slash, and let me run the command flutter pocket, or you can simply click on this download button, or it happens automatically. Okay, and let me rebuild the app, okay. While our app is building, we can write the code in the second container, okay. So in this second container, color is blue already, and inside a child I will define a column, and here we can have two image widgets, okay, image widget, image, and here we are going to use asset image, and the asset name is images slash So if I have to show, then this text is also an image, okay? As I have mentioned already, this one is also image, and this image is obviously an image. But and this sounds weird, okay? This text is also an image. Images slash text.png. Let me run the app. Text.png and another image, okay? Let me simply copy and paste and change the value to images slash image.png. Okay, let me add a const keyword here to get rid from this suggestion. And here is our previous app, okay? And our new app is building. And let me add the main access element to center, okay? So here we have an image unable to load it. Let me restart the app. I have changed the code, and as you can see here, okay, our images are ready, but is having some white space. Okay, let me get rid from this color start white, okay? And I can move this container also. Okay, now we have target output, okay? Targeted output here, okay? I will provide the updated code in the GitHub so that the output looks exactly same like this, okay? So guys, how's this video? If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if I have any problems while understanding anything or while implementing anything, then don't hesitate to comment below. Thank you for watching.